pleasant good evening. Welcome to Focal News World. 30 minutes of news presentations about Liberia, Africa, and our one world. My name is Musa Shari, and I'm covering this segment of news presentations. In the headline, Topo Community Chairman accuses Representative Flomo of failing to deliver promised transformers. LDS confirms marijuana found in bottle eggnog. 3 women arrested in Kawe. Country doctor sentenced to 5 years for manslaughter linked to traditions gun protection. Georgie Roman denies giving birth to pig. Libya's bad claims as false and hurtful. And away from home, President Tinubu grants clemency to 175 Nigerians pardons national hero. These plus many more development in our package. We're taking a short break upon our return. We'll bring our news bulletin. Welcome back and thanks for rejoining Sapti Chroma with our news bulletin.
A pleasant good evening. I'm Saptu Kurman with the news bulletin. Sopo Community Chairman Ligori Morris has expressed disappointment over Representative Edward Flomo's alleged failure to deliver on his promise of providing a transformer to the community. Chairman Morris said despite the lawmaker's public pledge, he has yet to fulfill his commitment, leaving residents frustrated over the continual lack of electricity improvement. He explained that the absence of additional transformers poses a serious challenge to meeting the community's growing demand for stable and reliable power source. Morris further accused Representative Flomo of prioritizing community leaders only during election periods while allegedly denying them access and attention afterward. Meanwhile, a source in Representative Flomo's office declined to comment directly on the matter but confirmed that the lawmaker has been lobbying with the Liberia Electricity Corporation management for the provision of transformers in his district. An extensive investigation conducted by the Liberian Drugs Enforcement Agency has confirmed the presence of marijuana mixtures in several bottles of eggnog drinks. The investigation followed the arrest of 3 females in Kawe Township as part of the agency's ongoing efforts to dismantle drugs network across the country. Those arrested include Princess Ray, 30 years old, Love Kone, 22, and Patient Dana, 19, all apprehended at the Taylor Mayor compound. According to the LDA, laboratory tests confirmed that all the confiscated bottles tested positive for marijuana. Meanwhile, the agency says it now possesses advanced capacity to detect drugs in food and beverages, a move that underscores its commitment to combating drugs abuse and trafficking in Liberia. A native doctor identified as Madison Gay, commonly known as Dao Dao, has been sentenced to 5 years in prison for manslaughter in Nima County. The court found Gay guilty of accusing the death of a 32-year-old man during a traditional gun protection ritual, a practice that could describe as negligent and dangerous. Reports indicate that the victim has sought traditional treatment from Gay, but the process took a tragic turn, resulting in his instant death. Addressing journalists, the convicted herbalist expressed remorse, claiming that the act was accidental and pleading for forgiveness. However, resident judge Papa Swai ruled that sufficient evidence proved Gay's culpability, insisting that the defendant will serve the full 5-year sentence as prescribed by the law. A woman identified as Mercy Gay, accused of giving birth to a pig in Zweju, Grangeda County, has publicly denied the allegations. Speaking in a live interview, Mercy expressed shock over the claim and said she was overwhelmed by numerous calls from concerned family members after the story went viral. She clarified that she is only 6 months pregnant and has not yet delivered, describing the rumor as completely false and misleading. Mercy appealed to the public to stop spreading such unfounded information, noting that it has caused her emotional distress and disappointment. House Speaker Rachel Kuhn has called on lawmakers to uphold the Klan to uphold discipline, unity, and reforms as the House of Representatives begins its final quarter. Speaking at the official opening, Speaker Kun urged members to recommit to national services, reminding them that Liberians are watching with great expectations. He commended the legislature for notable achievements, but emphasized the need for institutional order, urging lawmakers to display official license plates and adhere to the rule of law. Kun outlined key budget priorities, including increased funding for John F. Kennedy Memorial Hospital, the University of Liberia, and Rabos International Airport, while calling for the swift passage of the new elections law. He also appealed to the Senate to act on the Old Folks Bill and amend Disability Act, describing both as critical for national inclusion and accountability. Liberia's economic woes hit marketers along the Japan Freeway. Marketers along the Japan Freeway in Liberia are feeling the pinch of the country's tough economic situation. Many traders have reported a sharp decline in sales, citing high prices of basic commodities and reduced customer spending. According to several marketers, the economic situation has worsened under President Joseph Boaká's administration, with some comparing it unfavorably to the previous Buya Taylor administration. However, not everyone shares the same view. One marketer credits President Boaká for supporting family education, enabling her to send her children to school. The contrasting view highlights the complexity of Liberia's economic challenges and the diverse experiences of its citizens. Several residents of Topo community have commended their local leadership for constructing a mini bridge connecting Block B to Block D. In an interview with Foka FM, residents recalled that years of flooding had made it nearly impossible for people to move freely within the area. Fanta Konate, a resident, expressed joy over the project, noting that the new bridge has significantly improved mobility and daily life in the community. Another resident, Maurice Kruman, praised the community leader for their initiative and commitment to development. Meanwhile, Mohamed Sherry, a student and resident of Topo, described the previous absence of a concrete bridge as terrible, recounting the difficulties residents endured before the constructions. President Joseph Yuma Boaká has dedicated over 15 vehicles to the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, reaffirming his government commitment to building a drugs-free Liberia. Speaking at the Executive Mansion, President Boaká stressed that the vehicles symbolize not only logistical support but also trust, discipline, and a call to higher national service. He urged LDA officers to uphold accountability, integrity, and prioritizing, emphasizing that the vehicles must be used strictly for operational purposes. The Liberian leader reaffirmed that his administration remains resolute in the fight against narcotics, prioritizing youth protection and national security. Meanwhile, LDA acting officer in charge, Fred, praised the president's leadership and pledged that the agency will enforce its mandate with renewed energy and transparency. The officer in charge of Liberia's Drugs Enforcement Agency, Frederica Biago, has expressed gratitude to President Joseph Boaká for donating 15 vehicles to strengthen the agency's operations. Biago said the LDA is intensifying its efforts to combating drugs trafficking and abuse. As will be deployed across community to boost enforcement activities. He noted that the fight against beyond logistics, emphasizing the importance of community involvement, intelligence gathering, surveillance, and discipline among officers. Biago assured the public of zero tolerance for misuse of vehicles, disclosing that a management policy has been introduced to ensure proper use and accountability. He revealed that the LDA previously operated with just over 5 vehicles, but now has 21, thanking President Boaká for his continued support to the agency. Citizens Movement for Change political leader Musa Bileti says the CMC is now a typical political party. Bileti explained that unlike ordinary parties that constantly seek praise from citizens, He is instead crediting the people and expects accountability when he returns in 2029. He assured Liberians that he will not make empty promises but will fulfill every commitment to make made to the people. Belete emphasized that although the CMC is not currently in government, the movement is working to impact life meaningfully and will achieve even more when entrusted with national leadership. He criticized politicians who only engage citizens during elections period, noting that the CMC has already begun working with communities 4 years ahead of the poll to ensure tangible results. Belete added that this ongoing initiative will serve as a measure of accountability when the 2029 elections arrive, urging citizens to trust the CMC to deliver genuine change. Back to you, Musa.
A reminder that you're listening to Focal News World, 30 minutes of news presentations about Liberia, Africa, and our own world. A recap of major development we are closely following on this news presentation. Topo Community Chairman accuses Representative Flomos of failing to deliver promised transformer. LDO confirms marijuana found in bottle ethanol. 3 women arrested in Kawe. Currently, doctor sentenced to 5 years for manslaughter linked to traditional gun protection. Zurdu woman denies giving birth to pig. Libya's viral claims as false and hurtful. And away from home, President Tinubu grants clemencies to 175 Nigerians pardons national heroes. Let's now take a break. Upon our return, we bring you the actualities of our news. Welcome back. Topo Community Chairman Ligori Morris has expressed disappointment over what he calls Representative Edward Flomos' failure to deliver on promise to provide